I'm live from DragonsAteOurName and welcome back for a last time to the Forgotten City. Now this is the video I promised of doing all the different endings. I only have ending 2 at the moment. If you want to see that, link will be up here. And yeah, full spoilers of course, we are going for all the 3 other endings. And I think the first one will be the easiest. Let's talk to Galerius real quick. I think, or I expect, the first ending to be we just...
Here is proof of a degenerate mind.
Yes, we just GoldenEyes Sentius. And that is just what we are going to do. So, bye, Sentius.
The many
Hey!
shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, yeah, we did it. We created a time paradox. But I don't know if that is actually one of the other endings or if that is similar to the ending with Scintilla. Oh, hey, Al. I really cannot believe that I did not think about this as soon as he said we should create a time paradox, because it just makes so much sense. You didn't hang yourself. Ain't that cool?
Oh.
Hi.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Hey, Al. Alworth, I came here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Lyle.
Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name.
How?
Described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law.
Who wrote
It
that
said
down?
That the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants. Apparently, as the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light.
Yeah, that was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I got put in this time loop. When I first arrived here in the present day, you were hanging from the noose. Yeah, we heard this before.
God, why does this writing look so... I've spent a lifetime at this...
La 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 la.
This is disturbing. But I don't understand how
Very. I
could've
still
written
don't know why we show him that. It was written by a different version of you.
I'm not following.
I killed the man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Yep.
I guess. So what you're really saying is, you brought me back from the dead to let me die all over again. You saw the tablet. I spent a lifetime searching for a way out and never found one. I can't see how I could possibly find one now, so it seems like we're both gonna die here.
Well, maybe don't be so defeatist. We still have Karen.
A mistake? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. It's only a matter of time before we join them.
I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, I reached ending 1 of 4. That was a little confusing though, especially with the Scintilla ending, because Scintilla is the only one who survives too, and with her we can just go to Karen and Karen brings us back to life. Why can we not do that now? How does that make any sense? I guess what they were trying to do with this ending is, because you can literally figure it out the moment he tells you he's the one who creates the time portal, that you can kill him and that is an ending. So as to not to circumvent the whole game, I guess they just cut it off with Al, but having played the full game and having gotten that ending now doesn't make a super lot of sense, I feel like. That's at least my feeling. Maybe I'm wrong with that. So my guess is that the 4th ending is the one where we speak with the god of the underworld. Nurgle, Osiris, Hades, Pluto, whoever he might be, or they might be. I do have all the plaques. I went ahead and got the one from Dooley too. So I have 4 plaques now. But I think we're gonna do that last. I want to try something with Scintilla. I'm not entirely sure how that will work out. I just want to say her that we are not going to help her. I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else is going to die. Maybe say this. Yeah, we tried that the first time. Yeah, I'm letting her.
What? No, you can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius to let us go. Not heartless, just rational. Our escape isn't worth the lives of everyone here. I've changed my mind. Yeah, maybe I can. Yeah.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please.
I need to try.
You're making a mistake.
Yeah, Then let's talk to Sentius and see if we can persuade him. I mean, we know that he retains his memories.
I assume you...
Yeah, we had this conversation before. Couldn't stop it. I know what you did to Scintilla.
Me? What are you talking about?
You're keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him.
Of Al?
Al.
Yeah.
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
What?
Come now. Surely you didn't.
Yeah, we
think
had
with
this conversation
my
before.
connection to the portals.
Yeah,
that
he
I
retains
was a
his
morally sick
memories.
fellow. And because of that, I...
Blah 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 blah
Sir.
blah. Knew there was a way out and even locked me up. Blah blah blah.
And I...
Yeah, you want to live forever. Hand over the key to the exit.
And why would I agree to that?
It's the right thing to do. If you don't hand it over, you might have an uprising on your hands.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies.
It's the right thing to do?
Oh, you and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happens, where you're from. Least of all, me.
Of course, you are the bad guy.
But to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot. And you're no longer useful.
Is he gonna kill me?
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
I'll find a way to break the cycle and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
Figure out who's most likely to break the golden rule and inform Sentius. Yeah, we did that for sure.
Whatever are you wearing?
Oh, I can tell you about Scintilla.
Oh.
I found her. Your father has been keeping her tied up in the upper cistern.
What? Is this some kind of crude commoner joke?
No, you can... No?
No, surely not.
You can go look.
Is this true?
I'm afraid it is.
Excuse me?
I don't understand. Why? Why would you do such a
But
thing?
hasn't he admitted
Because
to
she found a
kidnapping
way
right
out.
now?
And if you're wondering why I'm telling you this, it's because you're never going to remember any of it. All I have to do is commit a sin, and the day will begin again. Watch this. I'm going to kill you now.
Oh, you're not.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Do I shoot him now? That doesn't change anything.
Not evil.
So maybe there is like a way for Proserpina to maybe be a spirit guide or something? I haven't figured that one out at all yet. So he's just gonna do the same thing that he always does. Maybe if I get Galir... But now I know that Scintilla's in the upper cistern. Right? And I know that Sentius is bad. Maybe I can tell Horatius or something? Blah, blah, blah. The golden rule is going to be broken soon. I need you to quietly get everyone except Sentius ready to run into the upper cistern when the ground starts to rumble. Yes, this was a different ending.
What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
All right, I'm gonna stick my neck out and believe you.
Yes, thank
I
you.
doubt I'll be able to
You are
gather
best
more than a handful
boy.
of people.
I am Lyle. I know we've had this conversation before.
What? God, am I going out of my mind?
Yeah,
Are you
kinda.
going to let me go or not?
I've told Galerius to lead everyone here when the golden rule is broken, so they can escape too.
How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here
Oh,
and
no.
keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Oh, I need to break the golden rule. Is that what I have to do? Ah, goddammit. This is just ending 2 again then.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
Behind you.
So,
Yeah, I
you
mean, we
discovered
had-
my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
So you asked me to figure out who was going to break the golden rule, knowing I would fail every time. You knew you're going to die a painful death for this. I told you I was going to break you.
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that?
Okay.
Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
I need to break the golden rule. That was stupid.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. The others should be right behind
Oh,
us.
the others will be... Okay.
What's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
So the others are right behind us? Then? Did we do it? Did I do it right?
It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape, while
Yay!
the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
And some other citizens. Cool.
What?
Take a look.
Yes, give it to me. I want to read this and see how many people made it out.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia, and I will never
Oh,
forget you. or
not
what you
even
did for us.
Galerius.
It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made
Aw.
it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Oh, that's really cute.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good.
Yes,
And you?
let's go. Right, so that was ending 3. Yes, that was ending 3. I will just try. I just really want to see the Lord of the Underworld and have a conversation with the god. That sounds a lot of fun. Sorry, Ulpius, but I kind of just wanted to do this, but now he's dead. Ooh. Alrighty, let's see. I'm sorry, Ulpius, you're probably now the only one who's not gonna make it out. Pluto. Hades, Lord of Many, grant me an audience. Yeah, I can just... Nurgle, the Fierce One, grant me an audience. Boom. I imagine just with my big fat fist I'm gonna do BAM! Osiris, Lord of Silence, grant me an audience. Pluto, Father of Riches, grant me an audience. Hello? Yeah, thanks. I mean, there is literally no other way. Oh, again? Okay. Ah, oh! Oh! Nurgle? Okay, no. Okay, Osiris. Yeah, thanks, lady. Nurgle? Oh! Oh, that's very bright. Am I on a spaceship? This looks very Star Wars-y all of a sudden. The feck? Why are we in Star Wars now? I mean, it's cool, but... We meet? We meet? Where are you? Oh, there you are! And who's that? That looks weird. Oh.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. There will be time for your reckoning later.
Uh-oh.
First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
Oh, that's nice. Even the music got super Star Wars-y. What's happening here? Yeah, what's your story?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
So the god of the underworld, is he not really a god, but just some form of immortal alien being?
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
So that's literally the plot of Stargate. Because they had all the Goa'uld gods and stuff who were just an alien race that had like super technology. Alright, who's the woman on your left?
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans.
She seems
Or
very
perhaps
frozen.
You might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
Oh,
Your gaze lingers too long.
okay. Who's that on your right? Yeah,
That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible.
I don't like this
She
form
earned
as much
herself
as
the
Karen.
infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
Alright, let's talk about something
As you
else.
wish.
What is this place? Is this a spaceship?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
What was the wager you made?
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, I saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty.
Can I go there?
I could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
Dude, you also did interfere by even making this city and setting up the Golden Rule. What do you consider a sin?
I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation.
Well...
Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not?
That principle is not as easy to apply as it sounds. It doesn't seem like you've been upholding it either. Exactly.
Enough. You clearly know nothing.
How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all of the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
Is Proserpina connected to the statues in the same way?
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
Yeah, she said Yeah, she said not to tell him. No reason.
Then what an odd question.
Yeah, ain't it? I've seen some terrible things here that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen?
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? Or are you going to give me an example?
Suicide. Price gouging for life service medicine.
The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined?
He wouldn't want someone else to demand an outrageous price for the medicine he needed if he was dying.
I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway.
You can't know what he would expect, you're just speculating, exactly.
Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation.
Doesn't that make it inherently subjective and unreliable? Yeah.
Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man.
And you think you know the minds of other people?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
No, but what you're doing is stupid. I'm right and you know it, exactly.
Then your desire to be right outweighs your desire to survive. You will make a fine
God damn it. Enough talk, I'm going to end this. Oh no!
Do you really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon?
Okay! Yes!
Pathetic.
Seize your crown. I will seize your crown.
Shall suffer for the sins of the
Whoa! Give it! What does that do? Take Proserpina's crown, okay? What does it do? Can I not be goldenized now? Ow! 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 Yes, I can be goldenized! Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch! Run! 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 Okay, it said to rewind time and show him! Oh no! Oh god, I'm almost dead. Shit! Oh no, do I have to do all of this again? Ah! Okay, I think I made it though now, finally. Okay. That was far more stressful than it should have been. Okay, and now I'm supposed to show him the crown. Oh hey, I'm back and I have your wife's crown.
And here you are.
Here I
Allow
am.
me to introduce myself.
I know who you are.
No go.
Blah 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 blah. See this? It's Proserpina's crown.
I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her after I killed her in another timeline.
You vile, despicable creature.
Is this really the right thing to
Why
do?
would you do such a thing? And worse still, boast about it.
I don't know yet, to be completely honest. I didn't want to kill her, but if you don't put an end to the golden rule, I will do it again. I could do this all day, end the golden rule, or I will. Yeah, I didn't want to kill her. Stares aghast!
You have put me in an impossible position.
Yes, I'm good.
If I
like that.
refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium humiliated and alone.
That's the idea. Well, what's it going to be?
I do not see that I have a choice in this.
You really
Your
don't.
treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you.
This doesn't feel like a
Know
good
this.
ending.
If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
What does that even mean? You just want to return to the world.
Very well. I will have Charon make make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Yeah. Why?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
Okay.
Now, are you ready?
Ready as ever.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a good thing. I'm gonna say that again. This felt very antagonistic. I wonder if there's a way to do this more amicably. Hey, Al. Well, that temple's broken. Are we doomed here now?
Oh.
Hey.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I know, we had this
Well,
conversation
Here I am.
like a thousand
I'm
times at
fairly
this
certain
point.
you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, and so on.
I didn't actually.
Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to her. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
I certainly did. Sounds a bit far-fetched.
I don't know, it reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
I am right behind you. So is this a good... Oh. But how are we gonna get out of here? Is Charon still here to take us home?
You two look exhausted.
Yeah.
Why don't you hop in my boat?
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Yes. So is this the fourth? I mean, it must be the fourth ending, right? 1 year later! Oh, we get an epilogue. Oh, so this is then probably like the canon ending, I would assume, if we get an epilogue.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
So I'm now literally Daniel Jackson. I proposed a theory that is right about the ancient world, underworld and stuff, but no one believed me. And now I'm gonna get recruited for the Stargate program. What? Best boy!
You're finally here. Remember me?
Do?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper.
So, thank you.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius.
If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone.
I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that, I am most grateful.
In any case, I'm Philip.
Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all.
I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market.
This world is truly wondrous.
After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him.
I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Proserpina?
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
Wow. I recognize that voice.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
It's fine. You were whispering to me all along.
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
It's fine. You did what you could. You created a time loop.
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal.
Makes
After
sense.
witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine.
Well,
I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others.
He still found a way to corrupt it.
What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier, he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was. We were all fortunate you came along when you did.
Yes, I'm the best. What became of Pluto?
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
Fair. What became of Karen?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind.
Uh-oh.
She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
Okay, that was fun.
And you.
Karen.
Although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Yeah, I'm guessing those are the people I can hear in my headphones
Good.
right now.
Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld in return, none came close to achieving what you did.
Thanks!
Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Hooray! So that was definitely the canon ending then. Yeah, that was ending 404. That makes so much sense. But I'm so mad at myself that I didn't give Galerius all the tasks and so that everyone could have been there at the end. But that was a lot of fun. So, we have now reached all 4 endings of the Forgotten City. We have gotten the canon ending and all the other ones. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Please, 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 stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye und auf Wiedersehen.